Hello, Pokemon fans. Welcome back to the channel. This is Mango Oblivion Plays, and I have just returned from my local pre-release event, and I'm here to break down kind of the pre-release meta for Journey Together. There are 4 promos that you can build your deck around, and you can see which Pokemon they are here. We're going to go through each one of them and kind of see what Pokemon pair well with them, talk about a few other things, and then I'll wish you luck on your own events. So let's get started. First off is the one that I got, so I know basically the most about it. It's Iono's Kilowattrel. Iono's Kilowattrel is a really great card because of its ability Flashing Draw. You can discard a basic electric energy from it, and then you can draw until your hand's up to 6, which is a very powerful ability in a pre-release. And it does about 70 damage. Depending on what you get Pokemon-wise, this could end up being one of your big attackers. You're kind of hoping it doesn't. My kit also came with Hop's Corviknight line and Noivern. Corviknight can hit the active Pokemon and one bench Pokemon for 50 damage for just 1 energy, which is very useful. Its second attack costs 3 energy. It does 150 damage, and then you take 60 damage less the next turn. So with 170 hit points, it's a very bulky card. And then Noivern can attack for 110 damage for free if your hand size matches your opponent. Otherwise, it's 3 energy. There's a stadium card that comes in there, which is called Levincia, and it lets you bring 2 electric energy from your discard pile back to your hand each turn. So you can flashing draw as much as you'd like, or retreat using electric energy because you can get those energies back. Some cards that are in the set that you might want to add to this deck if you do get this set is Iono's Bellybolt EX if you can get it. Very powerful card, lets you attach electric energy as often as you like during your turn. Iono's Voltorb, which does more damage the more electric energy that is attached to it. And then Hop's Snorlax, which is one of the other promos, is also very helpful. It can help boost your Corviknight. Or Hop's Cramorant is another very powerful card that you might want to add to go with your Corviknight cards. The next one is the one that probably did the best at my pre-release, which is En's Darmanitan. En's Darmanitan is very powerful, and it gets stronger as the game goes on because you're going to have more and more energy cards in your opponent's discard pile, meaning Backdraft can do more and more damage. But its other attack, Flame Body Cannon, is also very good. It does 90 damage to your active, and then also one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. You do have to discard all your energy, but if your extra energies are electric, you can use Levincia to get those back. So it's very possible that you might want to add Iono's Wattrel and Iono's Kilowattrel into this, as well as Levincia. Darmanitan was paired with Shelmet and Excelgor, and their attacks let you confuse and poison your opponent, and it does about 70 damage. So it's a pretty solid pairing. And the Lilligant card in this deck, in this set, boosts the power of fire and grass Pokemon. So if you get a Lilligant and a Petlil, those are some cards you might want to add into that deck to give it a little bit more oomph. Next up is the Lily one, which is with Rabombe. Rabombe is definitely the weakest of these promos. It's definitely a card that's set up to make Lily's Clefairy EX work even better, which is great if you get Lily's Clefairy. My son did, but he didn't get Rabombe, so he was kind of stuck without that. It would have been very helpful for him. And I don't remember who Rabombe was paired with. But there are some cards that you could definitely add into this deck to make it better, which would be Lily's Clefairy at best. Lily's Comfey is another great card that you could add in. And then there's a new item card called Lily's Pearl. If you attach that to a Pokemon with Lily in its name, you take 1 less prize when that Pokemon is knocked out. So you could potentially make your weak Rabombes worth no prizes, which is very helpful. But this one you can pair a lot of different Pokemon with, especially because Inviting Wink is going to let you play as many Pokemon onto your bench as you can from your deck or from your hand. So very, very powerful ability there. And then finally, Hop Snorlax, very good card. Boosts other Hop Pokemon by 30 damage, which is really great. Unfortunately, it doesn't stack, but that doesn't really matter. There's other ways to boost your power here. Dynamic Press is a decent attack, 140 damage. You take a lot of recoil, But really, you're not going to want to attack with Snorlax. There are other Hops Pokemon you'd want to attack with, and those would be Cramorant and Double, or the Corviknight card that I talked about earlier. All those Pokemon are going to do a lot of damage. Cramorant's attack only costs 1 energy, and Hop's Choice Band gets rid of that energy cost while boosting its attack. The Stadium card Postwick boosts the attack of Hop's Pokemon, so you could really be hitting for 60 extra damage, maybe even 90 extra damage with Snorlax on the field. So this deck has a lot of potential to pop off, but you do have to draw all the cards you need right away. So Hop's Snorlax is potentially the best one if you have the right cards to go with it. Finally, there are some really good EX cards that you could potentially pick up in your packs that you could build your deck around and kind of ignore the pre-built deck that you got. One of those is Blaziken. Blaziken can't attack the turn after it attacks, but every turn you can add an energy from your discard pile to Blaziken, which is very powerful. Volcanion is also very good. Its ability lets you burn your opponent every turn, which is very useful, and its attack does 160 damage, which is very strong. It's very bulky. And then after you attack, you have to move an energy to the bench, which isn't a huge deal as long as you're continuously putting energy onto Volcanion. And then Tapu Koko EX is really good. Its attack does 60 damage plus 20 for each benched Pokemon. So uh, as long as you can fill up that bench, Tapu Koko can be incredibly powerful in this pre-release format. That's all I had to say about my pre-release experience. My batches didn't go super duper well, but I also didn't pull very many cards in my box, so I had very little to work with. But there are others that got a lot. So, like every other pre-release, it's very hit or miss. Best of luck out there, trainers. I hope you pull something good. If you did get something from your pre-release, that was really awesome. You should let me know in the comments. And we'll see you soon when the set finally releases for some pack openings. This has been Mango Oblivion Plays, signing off for now.